Russ Bradley is a biologist on the Farallon Islands.
Most of the time that I've spent out there is in the spring and the summer in the seabird breeding season, where I work about 6 weeks at a time and then get a couple weeks off. We have over 40 different studies that we're working on with the seabirds that take us, from day into the night. We look at things like how animals survive, how they reproduce, what they eat, and how that changes through time, and what all that information can tell us about changes that are happening in the ocean.
Some of his most important work focuses on the Brandt's cormorants that live on the islands.
Brandt's cormorants are a diving seabird. They're distributed from Mexico all the way up to Canada, but the biggest single colony of Brandt's cormorants in the world is on the Farallons, which has been as highest about 20,000 birds.
Russ has been working on the Farallons for 10 years, and the past 4 have not been kind to these unique seabirds.
In 2010, we saw a slight increase in the breeding success, but basically for the last 4 years, we've seen very poor breeding performance for Brandt's cormorants, and we've never really seen that in a series of years like this before. We think that this, may be an example of some real changes that are occurring in the local marine ecosystem, and that there may be climate impacts that are causing shifts in the prey, the fish that the cormorants have been so successful on.
This has Russ and other biologists very concerned, not only for these birds, but for other nearby populations.
They seem to be a very unique indicator species of changes that are going on in the ocean. We've been studying Brandt's cormorants on the Farallon Islands for over 40 years. And we've seen in the last few years, the cormorants really seem to have a hard time reproducing their chicks, and it seems to be related to their food. And it appears that Brandt's cormorants are telling us about big changes that are going on with the so-called forage fish populations, the schooling fishes like anchovy that we care about for lots of different reasons. So they're an important indicator of many different things.